What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Gotti's Garage. And this video is the fourth video, I am pretty sure, on the road to 600 horsepower, where we're building this 2004 Chevy Silverado with this 5.3 and that big old turbo right there. And we're gonna boost it on an unopened 5.3. If you didn't catch last week's video, or if you did catch last week's video, there's a little bit more done to it that I showed on camera. But this video is going to be a short one, just finishing up the engine, showing some cool things, and maybe a tip or trick or two to help you guys out on your journey. Now, everything on this build is going to be something that you can replicate and do as I do, as well as all resources like tuning and stuff like that. I'll give you sources, that way you can use them as well and create something magical. So as you can see, we have the intake on here. It is not bolted up. There's no injectors or anything like that. But this is the Trailblazer SS intake that we're going to be using on this Gen 3 5.3. I'm going to pull this off real quick. As you can see underneath the intake, we have a knock sensor delete plate. This is for a Gen 3. I'm sure a Gen 4 will work just fine too. I'm not 100% sure on that. But we are getting rid of the knock sensors inside the valley plate. And we're actually going to relocate them with some billet little knock sensor blocks on the side of the block. That way you get a more precise reading of any knock, anything going on, as well as it's not going to give any false readings from water and oil or anything like that going inside of the valley cover. So that's a pretty cool little upgrade. I got this on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. Evil Energies sent me this crossover steam port kit, and this thing was great. Only little issue was it was sitting a little high that the stock intake wouldn't fit on there, so I kind of had to smush it down. If you guys haven't noticed from the last video, we do have 22s on the truck now. I'm actually missing one because it's cracked, the wheels somewhere. But that one's cracked, so we were gonna replace it, but these are some split sixes that I got with some pretty decent tires on there. And we are gonna be lowering the truck and all of that good stuff. So in today's video, we were focusing on the bottom part of the motor. This is the last thing that we really have to do, other than obviously water pump and all that stuff. But I need to clean up. So here's the water pump, power steering pump. I'm gonna clean all this up and get this all painted black as well. We just gotta flip this thing over, put on the pickup tube, because mine was smashed and destroyed from the blown up motor way over there. And we're gonna put that on, and a couple other things, so let's get to that. All right, so we got the pickup tube installed, and it's secured using a pickup tube hold down on a second threaded hole to oil pump. I'll put a link in the description on where you get that on Amazon. That gives the pickup tube O-ring a nice even seal, so it won't pull it in the air. And as for the windage tray, that was honestly a last minute thought. I didn't get a chance to clean it, so it did go in as is. A quick little tip, forget the install tool. You can use MAP gas and heat up the center of the harmonic balancer, and you'll be able to slip it right on. I ended up putting on a brand new oil pressure switch or sensor because the old one leaked all over the place, and also a coolant temp sensor because I broke that coming out. So don't hesitate, hit that subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, hit that bell icon, and I think the next video is just going to put the motor in the truck so we can get the turbo all hooked up. That way we can route the oil drain.